Giving all praise to Yahweh, Shem Shai, Shem Rakah, Kodash, Shalom to the 144,000, the rest of the elect out there, Shalom to you all. I'm going to title this video, "This is what happens when you come another way into this truth," and that's based upon John chapter 10. Now we'll go to it in a minute. Do you want to see a dead body? Reincarnation Debate Gets Heated. Okay, this is put up by the Masada Israelite School, formerly a member of Sakari. There was a lot of break-offs, and they went their separate ways. And this guy, he's not just an apostle; he's the chief apostle of the Masada. So, anyway, let me do this. Okay, this is who he's debating. This is brother Phineas, which Phineas is not even. It's like biblical Old English. I call it hillbilly Hebrew. And the debate is based upon. I remember when it was debate. When was it? A week ago? I don't know. I saw some of it, and I moved on. And I already knew this guy was going to lose badly. Anyway, let's go ahead and play it. Let's go. We analyzing things because we're going to analyze this video. We're going to stop and go. And the spirit can jump on me. I'm going to pause it and maybe give you a precept, maybe quote a precept, or let's just go with it.
What does Hebrews 9:27 mean?
That it's only once that a person died.
How many times did last?
Okay, good. Oh, that's a cut. That's a cut right there. It's a Ginzu cut. Okay, so let's go to Hebrews 9:27 to see what that means, because Christians break that down wrong. Because if it's only appointed once for a man to die, then the scriptures contradict. One scripture contradicts another scripture. It contradicts the whole book. So we got to throw the book away if that's the case. So let's go to Hebrews 9:27. Hebrews 9. So let's go right to it. And as it is appointed unto man once to die, but after this the judgment. So the Messiah was once offered to bear the sins of many, and unto them that look for him shall he appear the second time without sin unto salvation. Because he had to become the sacrificial lamb for the Israelites, not the Christians. Let's jump up above. How far do I gotta go up? You know what? Let me go to the first verse. I'm not gonna read the whole chapter, but the old and the new. So let's go with the first verse. Hebrews 9:1. Then verily the first covenant had also. Really, you got to read Hebrews 8 because it explains what the first covenant is all about. The first covenant, pursuant to Hebrews chapter 8, will be. We're not under the new covenant yet. This is the first covenant, right? The new covenant, or you can even say the renewed covenant, because it's the same laws. But sin sacrifice, certain sacrifices are done away with. We're going to have sacrifice in the kingdom when we do the Passover and other things, because the Passover lamb is a sacrifice. It represented the Messiah sacrificing for us. So we will have the Passover the right way. You take a lamb, male lamb, 1 year old, without spot, and on the 10th day of the first month, that's when you prepare. So you got 4 days to prep for the Passover. 14th day, when the sun start going down, everything's prepped. You sit down and eat. It's called the Passover, which is the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, because on the Passover you start eating unleavened bread. It says, then verily the first covenant had also ordinances of divine service and the worldly sanctuary. For there was a tabernacle made, the first, wherein was the candlestick and the table and the showbread, which is called the sanctuary. The showbread was only, David ate the showbread. He wasn't supposed to eat the showbread. Guess what? The Most High didn't forgive him for that because he was hungry. And after the second veil, the tabernacle, which is called the holiest of all, which had the golden censer. So you had the high priest, and so forth. I'm not going to go all into it. So now let's come down to here. Because Christians use this. It's appointed for one man once to die, and after that, the judgment. Which in a way is true, because you die, you go before the judgment, and then if you judge, if it's wrong that you did, you got to come back again in another body. And you pay for what you did in your previous body and the new body. That's why we are under the curses of Deuteronomy chapter 28, because we're paying for the sins of our forefathers, which we are our forefathers. Esau is going to come back, and the slave, when they come back, they're going to be our slaves, because they have to pay for what they did in their previous lives. You got Edomites that say, "Oh, I'm from Italy. We never had slaves." Yeah, but if you're an Edomite, Edomites had slaves. So every last one of you, if you're an Edomite, you're going into slavery based on what you did to us in the past life. And it was said before you were even born, before your daddy was even born. So let me go here. Okay, in almost 22nd verse, and almost all things are by the Lord purged with blood, and without shedding of blood is no remission. That's why the Lord, the Messiah, had to go the way he went. Blood had to be shed. Let me try something. Let me just try something. So I'm in the 22nd verse. Let me just try something here. Okay, it's here. Bloodshed. I used to always bring this out. How much more shall the blood of the Messiah? Right, he's the ultimate sacrifice. For if the blood of bulls, okay, 12 verse, neither by the blood of goats and calves, but by his own blood he entered in once into the holy place, having ordained eternal redemption for us. The holy place is heaven itself. Give me a second. It might not even be in this. I know it's in one of the Hebrew books, chapters of Hebrew, book of Hebrews. But into the second one, the priest every year, not without blood, and offered the error. Where the hell is it? Where the hell is it? I hadn't pulled this out in so many years. Anyway, I'm sorry. Let me come back over here. almost all things are by the law purged with blood, and without shedding of blood is no remission. 23rd verse. It was therefore necessary that the patterns of things in the heavens should be purified with these, but the heavenly things themselves with better sacrifices than these. For the Messiah is not entered into the holy places made with hands, which are the figures of the true, but into heaven itself. Right, the Holy of Holies on earth, where the high priest went in once a year, the Messiah went into heaven itself. That's the Holy of Holies. Now to appear in the presence of the Most High. Wait a minute, that's the Father. Nor yet that he should offer himself once as a high priest entereth into the holy place every year with blood of others, the sacrifice. For then must he often have suffered since the foundation of the world. But now once in the end of the world hath he appeared to put away sin by the sacrifice of himself. That's the Messiah. That's what it means by one. Now you should understand the 21st verse, because it says once in the 26th verse. It says, and as it is appointed unto man once to die, but after this the judgment. So the Messiah was once offered to bear the sins of many in Israel. That's in the scriptures. It says many in Israel. I'm going to read that. That's in Luke, if I'm not mistaken. And unto them, the Israelites that look for him, the elect of Israel, him shall he appear the second time without sin unto salvation. Salvation for who? The elect of Israel. Where will salvation take place? In Babylon the Great. So what did I say? This is a point under the man wants to die. The Christians don't even understand this. I mean, you don't know. There's no reincarnation because you die once and you get judged. No, you die once, you go to the Father, you come back in the body. If you were wicked, on one side you come back, and you might be blind or crippled. That's St. John chapter 9. Okay, so now let me go. Where did I say I was going to go? I didn't set anything up, so I'm kind of going. The scripture came to my mind and it left me. Anyway, let me do this. So, in understanding the 9th chapter, you got to first read the 8th chapter. You really got to read the whole book. Yeah, the Apostle Paul broke down a whole lot in the book of Hebrews, because he was dealing with Hebrews, so he was telling them about the sacrificial lamb, the priesthood, and he was saying that the Messiah is the high priest. He's even Melchizedek, the high priest. So let's go to St. John. Prince of Power, Phineas, you're not one of the elect. And if I was you, I would fast and pray and ask the Most High. Maybe you are. Ultimately, you are. But you definitely going off. You don't got. You just don't have it. You just don't have it. I'm not gonna snap on you. You just don't have it. Like Nate. Nate just doesn't have it. He's weak. He's getting weaker and weaker. The house of Saul became weaker and weaker, and the house of David became stronger and stronger. Okay, let me just start from here. I want to start from the top. The key point is down here. Where the hell is it? right, yeah, let me start from the top because this all explains it. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. So that's what you are. You're a thief and a robber. You going in your way to be this authority, and the reason why you got into this. Tell me if I'm wrong. You started watching YouTube videos. You watched GMS, IUIC, ICBK, House of Israel, all these different groups, AOC, all these different groups. You realize, oh, these guys are One West guys. Oh, the 7. Oh, let me do my own thing. You didn't come through the door. The door is coming through Yahweh Shai the right way, which Yahweh Shai has as ambassadors down here on the earth. So you can't go and talk to Yahweh Shai. You gotta come through his ambassadors. We are the ambassadors. But he that, see, if Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai was dealing with you, you wouldn't have had that debate. You would agree with the guy. But he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. Who's the shepherd? The Yahweh Shai. And we're like shepherds under him. Go to Matthew 10. He said, if they call the master the devil, you think they're going to call you. So they're going to look at you like they looked at me. To him the porter openeth. And who's the porter? The porter is the doorman. If you go to, like, in New York City, if you go to, like, Park Avenue, those buildings, they have doormen. And they have what they call them concierge, where it's a desk where you got another doorman and he calls in that you're coming up. So the one guy opens the door and he dress nice, and they'll have they remember your name. And I know this for a fact because my brother-in-law used to get paid come so-called Christmas. This is back in the 80s up until now. I don't know how much he gets now, but Christmas he'll all them rich motherfuckers, he'll get like average 10,000 a year just from fucking tips. So what is he making now? I don't know. Maybe a lot more. I don't know. So that's what we are. We're the door. We open up the door. We're the concierge, and we call in, and then you go upstairs to whoever you're visiting, which you're visiting Yahweh Shai. So you got to come through us. It says, that's a topic right there. That's a bold statement, but it's true. To him, the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice. Whose voice? Ultimately, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's voice spoken through us. Meditate not on what you're going to say, because it's going to be given to you what you will say in that hour, because it's not you that speaketh, but the Father that dwelleth in you. And he calleth his own sheep by name, and leadeth them out. And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him. Who's the sheep? The elect. For the Revelation 14. For they know his voice. So when we teach about the MOTB, and other camps teach different, they break it down differently. None of these members in GMS are saying, well, you know what, man, I don't know, man. I'm going to get with the IUIC because I think they're breaking it down. Guess what? If you do that, you go ahead and do it. Find out where you wind up. That means the Most High took the spirit from you. It said, a stranger will they not follow. So Bishop Nate, General Yohana, they're strangers. Even though they teaching Israel, they're teaching a lot of things, which is good, but they ain't teaching 100% truth. It's imperative that you teach 100% truth. And a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him. Ain't nobody fleeing from no GMS to go get with the IUIC. And if there's truly sincere men in IUIC, I'm not concerned with the women. If there's truly sincere men of the IUIC that are the elect, guess what? They're going to leave. And if Bishop Nathaniel, when the chip comes and he says, go ahead and take it, if there's a chosen elect in there, they're going to get up and leave. And they might try to get in contact with us. Or they could go in their own way, whatever the case may be. But if they take it, that means all of his followers were just Israelites. As High Priest Yeshua would say, they're going to be a citizen in Israel. But will flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers. When Bishop Nate says the new moon is a full moon, that's strange to us. What else? You can only have one woman? That's strange to us. If I deal with a woman and I meet another woman and I'm into that other woman, guess what? I'm going to have two women. And I may or may not tell. I won't even tell. First of all, it's none of her business. You know? I don't got to tell her a damn thing. The parables spake the Messiah unto them, but they understood not what things they were which he spake unto them. Then said Yahushua unto them, again, verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep, which is the shepherd, right? We are doorkeepers. All that have came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. So this is why you debated the guy and you got trampled upon. You got trampled upon. I didn't even see it. I just saw this part. I said that's a slaughter. Blood all over the place. Okay, so let's come on back.
What does Hebrews 9:27 mean?
That it's only once that a person died.
How many times did Lazarus?
You didn't answer it right. You should have said it was talking about the Messiah dying, being an animal, sacrifice, sacrificial lamb, sheep for the Israelites, starting with the elect. That's how you should have answered it. Hebrews 9:27 is talking about Yahushua.
Lazarus died.
He said, how many times did Lazarus die? How many times did Lazarus die? So that's a got you question. He cornered you. This is what you do in boxing. It's called setting traps. He set a trap. He asked one question, see how they answer. Then you got him with this. Oh, you said this? Okay, well then how can you explain that?
He had to die. He had to die twice.
He had to die twice. Well, then that contradicts. You should throw the Bible away. Hebrews 9:27 is talking about the Messiah dying once. Read the next verse, the 28th verse.
How many times those people died?
According to, the way you played it out, yeah, they died twice.
No, I'm asking you, like, we're talking about the lane.
This is not no Eddie. Nigga, shut up. You were so strong on a man only dies once. Okay, he died twice. Okay, then that means a man does not necessarily mean a man dies once. Oh, this is, I can see blood all over, blood squirting everywhere. This shit is embarrassing, man. Look, 29 seconds in, and you are done. That's called a first round knockout. You ever watch boxing? The guy comes out, he hits him, boom, he's out, he's laid out flat. The ref don't even count. That's you. That's you. You got knocked the F out. What is it? KTFO. Knock the F out. Cold. You got cocked. Cold clocked.
When you read about the Israelites,
I would say that Peter did believe in reincarnation.
Okay, then what Peter believe, but you don't? Are you over Peter? Are you over Peter? Are you the vicar of the Lord himself? I believe that Peter believed it. Listen, I would say that Peter did believe in reincarnation. Why do you say that? Let's go find out. Like the old wise owl, let's find out. Okay, what is that? Matthew 18 or Matthew 16? I believe it's Matthew 16. Let's try Matthew 16. Matthew 16. Give me a second. Okay, I was right. Matthew 16. I'll start at... Okay, I got to start up above that. Peter's confession of the Messiah. We're going to start at the 13th verse, Matthew 16 and 13. When Yahushua came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, "Whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am?" When he said the Son of Man, meaning terrestrial man on the earth. Because that's in the Old Testament. When you look up the Son of Man, it means man of the earth, terrestrial man. And they said, some say that thou art John the Baptist. So that means resurrection. Because he was obviously put to death. So that means you resurrected. John the Baptist being resurrected again. Some Elias, which is who? John the Baptist. And others, Jeremiah, or one of the prophets. Isaiah, Ezekiel, you're definitely a prophet, and you just back on the scene again. That's reincarnation right there. You can close the book. As a mafia would say, close the book, close the book, close the book. He saith unto him, "But whom say ye that I am?" Remember, he asked the disciples, and it was the Apostle Peter jumped up and said, and Simon Peter, which that's his born name, Simon Shemaiwan. Peter was a name that was given to him, which in the Hebrew the word is rock, which the word is kap, which means rock. Answered and said, "Thou art the Messiah, the Son of the living power, the Most High." And Yahushua answered and said unto him, "Blessed art you, or thou, Simon Bar Jonas." Bar is Aramaic. Bun will be Hebrew. Bun Jonah. So Simon's father was named Jonah. You know, there's no J in the Hebrew. "For flesh and blood have not revealed it unto thee." What does that mean? That means nobody came up and told you, cheat sheet. Yeah, that's telling he's a Messiah. He didn't read no ancient book, no manuscript. He didn't dig up anything. He didn't have a dream. It was just through the Spirit. But my Father, there goes a separation. The reason why the Son's down here and the Father's not, because the Father's numero uno, the Son is number 2. And then you got number 3, which is the Holy Spirit, which is in heaven. And I say also unto you or thee that thou art Peter, Kop, which is rock, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. It's not going to be this. It's going to be ongoing. We're carrying this word that the apostles had in 2,000 years ago. And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom. Who else did he give the keys to? The keys to? David. And there was another king. Somebody helped me out, which had to be David again. Zerubbabel, he gave it to, which is David, Peter, right? Keys to the kingdom of heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever things thou shalt loose on earth shall be loose in heaven. Then charged he his disciples that they should tell no man that he was the Messiah. So it's an inside thing. Now we're to tell it. Let's come on back.
Holy shit.
But he didn't get it from the Bible.
So he believed in it, but he didn't get it from the Bible?
Right.
He's talking about Peter. Hey, this guy, he's done, man. He needs to just pack it up. Let me skip through this. Let me skip through this stuff. And let me just say this concerning the Masada. They were part of Sakari. That whole thing came out. So they didn't say, oh, you know, we're gonna just go back. We're gonna go back to being Baptist. No, they kept pushing the truth. We said that the elect is not. I don't like these commercials.
Sorry, y'all. Going into this reincarnation, that's another doctrine that needs to cease within. Y'all, I see Captain.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is not dealing with you, point blank. Period. You need to close. You need to close shop. And if I was you, I would watch the videos and take notes, and pray and fast. You look like you need a little bit of fasting in your life. All right. That you might be one of the elect. But the Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is not dealing with you at all, and this is an embarrassment. I can look. Not even 2 minutes in, I could close it. Game, you knocked out. You in the hospital right now. You say, where am I? Where am I? Now you know them dudes that get that box, and they get knocked out, and they throwing punches and shit. They knock the hell out. They laid out flat, but they throwing punches.
Going into this reincarnation, that's another doctrine that needs to cease within Israel. It's kind of a silly doctrine.
He called it script. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to kill you. You're not one of the elect. There's no chance. He called it a silly doctrine. You're just a big head clown. You're an embarrassment. You should get off of YouTube. But then again, stay on there, because guess what? You're a stumbling block. You're a big stumbling block. That's all you are. Oh, another thing, this nigga don't believe in the mark of the beast being a microchip.
Kind of get into some other stuff, man. Into some Buddhism. Maybe get into some idolatry. But it's, you know, we gonna die. Like what you saying, and then the people saying that the hell is really a condition. Which that is one of the definitions.
Hell is not the hell can be used for condition. The hell means a pit. That's all. When you look up the word hell in the Old Testament, it means pit or grave. There's certain examples where it was a condition. When David said, "Hell compassed me about," that means he was fighting against the Philistines. And it meant my condition mean I could die. I can go out. Gad, it's a good day to die. Because Gad went out and fought, and they said it's a good day to die because they might not make it out. So their mindset is, we can die. I might not make it on this one, so I'm going to go out swinging. Right? Jonah, when he was in the belly of the fish, the word says fish in the book of Jonah, not well, it says fish. Well just means to cry anyway. When he was in the belly of the fish for 3 days and 3 nights, he said he was in hell. Was he really in hell? No. Was he in the grave? No. He was in a condition where he was close to death. They're going to wind up putting him in the pit. Let me bring this back.
Then the people saying that the hell is really a condition, which there is.
Hell, first and foremost, is the grave or pit. When you die, your grandmother died, great-great-grandmother died, she goes to hell, meaning she goes into the grave.
That is one of the definitions.
Let's see about that.
No sweat. Okay. So, Brother Phineas, do you understand and agree with the definition of reincarnation I sent you in the email? The rebirth of a soul in a new body, a new incarnation embodiment.
I'm sorry, the rebirth of a soul into a new body.
Yes, sir. The one I sent you in the email. You understand?
Yeah, I can agree with that to an extent. There's
Okay,
more
perfect.
to it, but yeah.
So, when did the Israelites first learn about afterlife theology?
When they, like, as far as in the text,
Yes.
Yeah, reincarnation is in the New Testament. One precept come to Deuteronomy mentions it. Exodus 20 mentions it. See, all this extra shit I don't like. All this extra bullshit. You know, the sound effects. I'm just fucking put it out straight, you know? Give it to me raw, like sushi.
I'm not sure. I know, you know.
Is it Old
All the
Testament,
time.
New Testament?
Huh?
Is it Old Testament, New Testament? Like, you don't gotta, it can just be roundabout.
Yeah. More of the during when the prophecies of Christ kind of started.
Okay, so the New Testament, got it. So they didn't know anything until Christ. So,
Nah, is it?
They understood it before the Messiah. So you getting beat down, bro. You got knocked out. It gave you some, what do you call it, smelling salt. What do you call that? That's in the old school. You get knocked out. They put this. The hell you call that? Smelling salt, I think it's called.
Yeah, 53 ain't the New Testament. Can you have? Oh, well, I'm sorry. It's your question.
Is Lazarus, yes or no, is Lazarus dead and buried?
Lazarus has died. Yeah.
Okay. Is Moses dead and buried? Yes or no?
They took Moses' body, so I don't know if he's buried.
Yeah, he's buried in an unmarked grave, and according to Deuteronomy.
So Moses, the servant of the Lord, died there in the hand of Moab, land of Moab, just as the Lord had said. The Lord himself, the Lord buried him. Yahweh buried him in a valley near Beth Peor in Moab. But to this day, no one knows the exact place. Moses was 120 years old when he died. Yet his eyesight was clear, and he was as strong as ever. That's the NLT, right? So I want to go into that in the KJV, and then I want to go to the book of Jude real quick. because Satan was looking to get the body. Okay, Deuteronomy 34 and 5. Deuteronomy 34 and 5. So Moses, the servant of Yahweh, died there in the land of Moab, according to the word of Yahweh. And he buried him in a valley in the land of Moab, over against Beth Peor. But no man knoweth of his sepulchre unto this day. And Moses was 120 years old when he died. His eyes was not dim, nor his natural forces abated. So he just gave the spirit, but he was 120 years old. He was in tip-top shape. And the sons, the word children, the word there in the Hebrew is sons, Bunyam Yasha'ala, and the sons Beni Israel, and the sons of Israel wept for Moses in the plains. They didn't view his body either, of Moab 30 days. So the days of weeping and mourning for Moses were ended. So now let me go to Jude. I'm going to go right to the point. Rebuke. Okay, 9th verse, Jude 1 verse 9. Yet Michael, the archangel, Mayaka'ala, the archangel, or the archangel, when contending with the devil, he disputed about the body of Moses, durst not bring against him a railing accusation, but said, Yahweh rebuke thee. Yahweh rebuke thee. Let's go to the NLT. Back to the 9th verse. But even Michael, one of the mightiest of the angels, did not dare accuse the devil of blasphemy, but simply said, Yahweh rebuke you. This took place when Michael was arguing with the devil about Moses' body. So the question is, was that body taken? When you do the research on Christopher Columbus, you know they buried that man, dug him back up. I believe he went to the they took his body to the Americas, and they took him back to Spain. Then they took him, I believe, to Santo Domingo. They buried him, then they dug him up, then they took him back to Spain. They dug this guy up, buried him and dug him back up about three or four times. So that's all it says about this thing with the Moses being buried and Satan taking his body, and Michael saying, "Oh, nope, he ain't taking his body." So that's we see through a glass darkly. 1 Corinthians 13. Says, come on back. Let's continue to see this beat down.
Weren't the angels fighting over his body?
I'm talking about what Deuteronomy said.
What did I just ask you?
Hold on, real quick. I'm gonna stop the time.
You trying to tell me what it's saying, but I'm telling you that.
Yeah, so it's like up in the air. You can argue it. It says about where we buried in Moab, Bel Peor, and Jude. So we'll find out the whole deal in the kingdom.
Angels follow his body into the body.
Because remember, Yahweh Shah was buried in the sepulchre, and he rose back up. So, you know.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you. So, Brother Phineas, I understand you may have questions to ask, but you gotta wait for your turn, right? If you need him to clarify something, that's wonderful. I'll let you do that. You ask a clarifying question, that's absolutely all right, because that needs to be done sometimes. But
I gave the answer though. I gave the answer, but he trying to force me to. He trying to correct my answer. Like, bro, I just told you that we fighting
No,
over.
I'm just saying what I'm saying.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. So look, the point is, you asked him, and then
See, I wouldn't even go into an argument or debate about the body of Moses when you got Jude and you got Deuteronomy 34.
you attempted to have him answer. It's not his turn to answer questions.
Yeah, I got you. It was rhetorical because I know he knows.
No rhetorical questions.
Got you.
All right, all praise and glory to the Most High. Go on, gentlemen. I'm gonna go back to
Did you
music.
call the time?
Yes, of course I did.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So are the rest of the Old Testament prophets dead and buried?
Yes. Except Elijah,
Okay, I get it.
Enoch.
Okay, the few were translated. Okay. How many times did Lazarus die?
He had to die. He had to die twice.
If lithium is powering the future, shouldn't it be in your investment portfolio? Electric vehicles, all.
He had to die. He had to die twice. Let me add to that because, but let me add to that because
Yeah, go ahead.
he was resuscitated. He died, but the text says he's sleeper. It's almost like someone being resuscitated at the hospital.
No, he wasn't resuscitated because it was the fourth day. He was you can't resuscitate a body that's been dead for 4 days. The body decomposes, so you can't except you do a miracle. So he didn't have put the jumper cables on his chest and brought him back to life. Oh, he just died. Then he's got to be clinically dead. He was beyond clinically dead.
They flatline. Do you count that as death if they brought them back? Well, and that's rhetorical. You don't have to answer that. But I use.
He goddamn died, bro. He didn't have an out of body experience. He died. His spirit was cut off from the body, the terrestrial man. What are you talking about?
He died. So, I'm asking if he died more than once.
Yeah, the Bible said he died. Okay. All right.
I just want to say thanks.
How many times?
So y'all need to stop all this bullshit, man. Just fucking give it to him raw, man.
How many times did Jairus' daughter die?
Who?
Jairus' daughter in Mark 5 and 41. How many times did she die?
Jairus' daughter. I'm not familiar. I had to look at the text.
Well, I read it in my presentation in Mark chapter 5. He plainly said your daughter is dead, and then in verse 41, Christ said, "Arise."
Okay, that's the same situation.
Yeah, said that she sleepeth. Yeah, no, her spirit disconnected from the body. All right, now, he mentioned Jairus. You don't remember all kind of names. I understand that. But she later died again, meaning she died twice, like Lazarus. Yep. The souls that came out from the tombs, they died again. They was resurrected. They lived a full life and they died again. So there's a handful of examples where people have died, come back to life, which is resurrection, and died again. Not reincarnation.
Okay, so more than once. Okay, how many times did the saints who resurrected at Christ's resurrection die?
The saints at Christ resurrected. Well, I don't know if they died. Yeah, they died.
Yeah, those are the saints that came out of the tombs, out of the sepulchres, went back among the people, and they lived full lives and they died again.
So twice then. What does Hebrews 9:27 mean?
That it's only once that a person dies.
So how many times those people die?
You can, according to, the way you played it out, yeah, they died twice.
Oh, crazy.
What? What the fuck?
Okay, brother. Next question.
The only thing does been one.
Okay. All right. This is gonna be a good one. I'm genuinely curious about this, Nova. It says in a video titled "Reincarnation for Dummies," at 5 minutes and 6 seconds, you said, "As far as my eschatology goes, Moses and Elijah will come back as the two witnesses."
When Elijah will come back for me, my eschatology, Elijah does come back as two of the witnesses.
You're a big head clown, bro. You stop it. Just stop doing this. You're embarrassing yourself. This is a fucking embarrassment. Hope you're picking up everything, man, because I don't got the mic on him.
Moses and Elijah, and then that will usher in the kingdom.
Do you still hold to that standpoint?
Yes.
What does that look like?
Them being the two witnesses.
So how are they coming back?
Moses' body got took, and Elijah never died.
Yeah, but did Moses' body
Is
see
Christ coming back?
I mean, you're
That's
not allowed to
rhetorical.
ask questions.
That's rhetorical.
Okay, cool. So,
Okay, this is 8 minutes, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to close it, and I'm going to come back. I want to see if everything was picked up, if you can hear it clearly. So we're at 8 minutes in of this video right here. So, shalom.